Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News with me, Bhakti Abe Surya. To begin with, let's take a look at the stories making headlines this evening. The New Rise Festival 2019 held near the Anuradhapura Jayashree Bodhi. Marking a new milestone in Sri Lanka's railways, the Matarabeliyatta train services will commence tomorrow. Deputy Minister Ashok Abesinghe says special transport services will be made available for the public from tomorrow in connection with the festive season. Sahibul Yamin wins the Youth with Talent Third Generation Trophy. In news from overseas, early results show a landslide victory for Maldivian President's Party at the parliamentary election. Now for the news in detail. First up in local news, the New Rise Festival 2019 was held near the Anuradhapura Jayashree Bodhi under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Before taking part in the New Rise Festival, President Maithripala Sirisena attended a Kiripindu Puja near the Ruwanweli Mahasaya. The Kiripindu Puja has been prepared with the first portion of the harvest of the Mahaweli 8th zone farmers. The national ceremony of the New Rise Festival was held for the 52nd time this year. It has been organized by the Department of Agrarian Services Development. The first portion of the harvest of the Maha season received by the farmers in Rajarata was offered to the Jayashree Bodhi. The farmers took part in the New Rise Festival, wishing for rains on time for the success of their cultivations. The activities have been organized under the guidance of the Chief Monk of Atamasthana, Venerable Pallegama Sirinivasa Thera. Chief Monk of Ruwanweli Chaityaramaya, Venerable Pallegama Hemaratana Thera, the Mahasangha North Central Province Governor Saratheka Nayaka, and a large group of people were present at the ceremony. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that this is a part of the Sinhala civilization. He said that the life depended on a successful harvest. Paddy was grown using water collected in small tanks built in villages. It was a ritual to offer the first portion of a successful harvest to gods. After the arrival of Arahat Mahinda Thera, that custom was practiced near the Jayashree Bodhi. Many of these areas could not be cultivated due to the drought. However, this time we have received a bountiful harvest of more than 3 million metric tons of paddy. This is the highest harvest during a season received by the country, and we should both thank the gods and the farmers for that. However, the Prime Minister said that the climate change is taking place and the farmers should be able to face it. He said that modern methods should be used and ways should be explored to increase income by selling the produce. He said that the government has paid its attention on modernizing paddy cultivation and also to retain young generation with farming.
ඒක තමයි අපිට තියෙන විශාලම අභියෝගය. මේ සැරේ සාර්ථක වුණ අස්වැන්න නිසා ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම සාර්ථක සිංහල අවුරුද්දක් ඇති වේවා කියා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමි.
Marking a new milestone in Sri Lanka's railways, the Matarabeliyatta train services will commence tomorrow under the patronage of Minister Arjuna Ranatunga. The national ceremony in this regard is scheduled to be held under the theme A New Path to the South. The first train on the track is scheduled to be run at the auspicious time of 9 a.m. tomorrow. 7 trains will be operated from the Beliyatta railway station in the future. One of the trains will be operated to Galle and 4 would run up to Maradana railway station. The other 2 trains will be operated to Jaffna and Vaunia stations. 6 trains will end their journey at the Beliyatta railway station. Sri Lanka's longest railway bridge, which is the Watagama Bridge, lies on the Matarabeliyatta railway line. It has a length of 1,500 meters. The second longest railway bridge, which has been built across the Nilwala River with a length of 1,400 meters, is also on this track. The railway bridge, which is located at a highest point from the earth level, is situated at Veheragoda area, standing above 61 feet. The railway tunnel situated at Kakanadura railway station will become the longest tunnel in the country with more than 2,000 feet long. The railway platform at Beliata railway station will become the country's longest platform. Deputy Minister Ashok Abesinghe says special transport services will be made available for the public tomorrow in connection with the festive season. Deputy Minister Ashok Abesinghe said that the leave of SLTB workers have been cancelled from tomorrow to the 21st of this month. Additional buses have been deployed for the convenience of the public. He said that additional trains would also be operated during the festive season. He said that SLTB, Railway Department, National Transport Commission and Road Passenger Transport Authority have decided to provide additional transport facilities to the public from tomorrow. President Maithripala Sirisena says changes should be made in the education system to build an excellent future generation. The president said this while attending the inauguration ceremony of the 12th National Cub Scout Camporee. The Cub Scout Camporee, which is held under the theme Our Heritage is Our Motherland from today to Tuesday, is taking place at Wayangoda Siana College of Education. More than 7,500 Cub Scouts are attending the Camporee. Secretary to the Camporee, Renuka Silva, handed over a plaque of the Camporee to the President. State Minister Ajit Mana Peruma, MP Lasanthala Giyawanna and Chief Scout Commissioner Meraguna Tilaka were present on the occasion. Minister Daya Gamage says views were obtained from foreign representatives for a program that will be prepared for the security of the Sri Lankan elders. The minister said this to the media after attending an international conference of Asian political parties.
18% of the population of my country is over the age of 65. You may be interested to know that at the moment we spend something like £46 billion a year on the state old age pension. That's about the equivalent of our defence budget. So that's how much we spend on old age pensions at the moment. And that, of course, doesn't include all the other enormous expenditure on health and care services and all these related issues. But the fact is we've got to turn ageing away from being a negative into a positive. We have to recognise that the strength of our workforce in the future in all of our countries, it's going to depend very much on older people in that workforce, both men and women, by the way. And so what we have to do is find ways of ensuring more and more older people have the ability to carry out full lives and working lives as well. That means overcoming the problems of physical disability and also some of the great problems we have in terms of mental disabilities and that as well, with some of the great afflictions of our age, such as Alzheimer's, which needs to be addressed. So we need to have a healthy and fit older population, which will be then a very positive contribution to the workforce. People don't necessarily want to retire these days. They want to be active and useful for as long as they can, and we must find ways in which they can do that without blocking the ambitions and hopes of younger people as they come along.
In more local stories this evening, the finals of the Youth with Talent Third Generation, which introduced exceptional abilities of the local youth to the world, was held yesterday. The Youth with Talent Third Generation trophy was won by Sahibul Yamin, even challenging a world record. The Youth with Talent reality program was launched jointly by ITN and the National Youth Services Council. The competitors for the final round were brought to the National Youth Services Council premises by a special aircraft. The final round was held with the participation of a large number of people. 71,856 competitors took part in the reality program. Competitors were selected under several stages and 8 of them qualified for the final round. The last 3 were selected according to the decision of the Board of Judges as well as on the preference of the viewers. Accordingly, Romi Jayasinghe won the 3rd place of the Youth with Talent Third Generation. Tarindu Rumayanta won the 2nd place of the competition. Displaying his excellent abilities, Sahibul Yamin won the trophy of the Youth with Talent Third Generation at the grand finale night. This is placing his body inside a small box, even challenging a world record set in 2012. He received his trophy and gifts under the patronage of Chairperson of ITN, Tilaka Jayasundara, and Chairman of the National Youth Council, Eranga Valiyange. They handed him over a micro MG motor car and other cash prizes. Thereafter, the other winners were also presented with their special gifts and prizes. ITN is prepared to take forward the program while giving new experiences to the viewing public.
මේ විදිහට වර්ණවත් වේවා යන්න තමයි අපේ එකම ප්‍රාර්ථනය ඔහුගේ.
Minister Pantali Champakaranawaka says the urban development plan will be completed within this year. The minister said this while attending the ceremony to west in the public the Kandy Pothapitiya News bus stand and the multi-purpose building. 71 million rupees has been allocated to build the bus stand and the multi-purpose building with the allocations of Mega Police and Western Development Ministry. Minister Mangala Samaravira says the government has been able to implement development by deeds which was earlier limited to only words. The minister said this while attending the function to lay the foundation stone to 50 estate houses at Mathara Paskoda. The foundation stones were laid under the program to build 14,000 estate houses by the Ministry of Upcountry Village Infrastructure and Community Development. The houses will be built under the Indian government financial assistance program and 50 million rupees will be spent on the project. Minister Palali Digambaram and Indian High Commissioner Taranjit Singh Sandhu were present on the occasion. Meanwhile, laying the foundation stone to redevelop the 120-year-old Mulatiyana Diddeniya Putta Sri Murugan Kovil took place under the patronage of Minister Mangala Samaravira. Strong winds have affected the area around the Ratnapura Sivali grounds. The strong winds have occurred during a sports meet at the Ratnapura Sivali grounds. The metal tents at the grounds where the children were staying had been blown away. People in the area said that they were able to save the children from a major danger as they were able to move the children into a safe area. A dust cloud has covered the grounds with strong winds. With that, we wrap up our today's edition of Prime TV News. For details of these stories and for more, you can log on to our website www.itnews.lk. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now and have a pleasant evening.